I switched to time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding, I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll up. Yeah, well, climbing over that wall. I remember, yes I remember it all. Swear the hype is too tall, so like September I fall down below. Now I know that the medicine be on call, yeah. Was feeling like you hot enough to melt, yeah. Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself, yeah. And I love you, I don't love nobody else, yeah. Tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, I'm treating me right. Yeah, hell yeah, we gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. I switched to time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding, I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll up. Yeah, I be reading them signs. I be losing my.
So, welcome back to Rookie Season. I believe this is episode 4. I want to say episode 4. I probably should keep a bit better track of that, but it's 10:30, 25 to 11. I hope you appreciated the little montage of the morning routine. I'm like that guy off TikTok. I can't think of his name. The one that puts his face in the ice. Apart from that, I get up at like 8, and then he gets up at like 3 a.m. But anyway, we done our check-in this morning. That was about 8:30. Took 2 full rounds of posing in the morning. I have 4 rounds in right now on a rest day, holding each pose for 10 seconds. So when it comes to show, posing will not be a weakness, as it is in so many people. So that will not be the case. Done our posing rounds, then we went for a little walk, done 4.5 to 5k steps. That took us to just before 10 o'clock. Then first meal was at 10, which was chicken sausages, beans and eggs, and 2 rice cakes actually, which was really, really good. Obviously rest day today. So the question is, what do bodybuilders do on their rest day? The answer is not much at all, really. Rest days are there for a reason. Like, if you're training well and you're training hard and intensely, when your rest day rolls around, you won't be thinking about, oh, I wish I could train today, I wish I could do this today, I wish I could do this today. You do need your rest day, of course, like even 2 days per week. Like, obviously I run pull, push, legs off, upper, lower off. So by those 3 consecutive training days, when it comes to the Thursday, I'm like, okay, don't really want to train today. It's not that you don't want to go train, but it's like, yeah, I feel a bit meh. I could do with a day off. So if you're not feeling that, by the time your rest day comes, you're either absolutely flying and you're doing so many things right, or more than likely you're not training quite as hard as you should be. So today brings us 19.5 weeks out from my first show, which is the WNBF Supernaturals. So that's exciting. Less than 20 weeks now. Only the 4.5 months to 5 months. So still obviously a fair way away, and still obviously a lot of fat to come off the rig, but we're getting there. We're exactly where we need to be right now, ticking away slowly. We're not going too fast, not going too slow. We have a nice rhythm going. so that's good. Today, I'm not too sure what the macros are off the top of my head, but they'll be on screen now. Along with 13k steps again today, which has been the staple every day. It is on the higher side, but I would rather be moving more than be eating less. Yeah, just because, like I've said before, my appetite is on the higher end, which is not a problem. You know, I can still diet, I can still adhere to everything, I can still do it all, but we would just rather up expenditure first before bringing food down. And we also have 35 minutes cardio today, so that's fun. And then 2 more rounds of posing post cardio, which brings us to 4 total rounds of posing today on a rest day. So, is that even a rest day? Is that a rest day? Yes, it is a rest day, because I'm not training my muscles. I'm just doing cardio and doing steps and posing and doing all these things, but I'm not training, which is sort of the big hitter that comes with a training day. So yeah, now I'll either cut to me going for a walk or answering some of the questions that I got through on Instagram. Some of them are ludicrous, is a good word I'd like to use. Absolutely ludicrous, and I could get cancelled. I really feel like I could get cancelled, but like Ed Ramel says, you cannot cancel someone who doesn't care enough to get cancelled. So we should be fine. So I'm either going to cut to me in the car answering some questions or go for a walk. I feel like I'll be answering questions. Okay. Okay, so these are some questions that I got asked in my question box. I don't know what the clip before this was. It was either me walking or doing cardio. I can't remember which one I'm going to put in. But this has just took me like 10 minutes to set up, because obviously I'm recording off my phone and the questions are on Instagram on my phone. And I can't seem to be getting them up on, I couldn't seem to be getting them up on my Instagram for browser, but we've managed it. So, first question, Natty for life, question mark. Also, best luck in your show. Hope you place well. Thank you. First off, Natty for life. We'll see how this prep goes first. You know, if it is something that I feel that I can be really good at, that I can be really, really good at, not just good, like really, really good, then yes, that's the only circumstance that I feel would value that in going on that path, sort of. Especially like you don't know how you look until you go on stage, so I could bomb it and I could be terrible. That's not going to happen, but it could be a thing, or I could just not enjoy it. Again, it's not going to happen, but it could be. So see how I look first. Maybe I could feel that there's, when the time comes, I could feel that there's more room to grow there naturally. Obviously, there'll be more room to grow anyway, but it's just about weighing up the pros and cons of both ways. Like, do I really want to be gaining a pound of muscle a year until I'm 40? We'll see on that. But solid question. Sort of starting off with a very controversial question. Next, we have, how many shows are you doing? Is it just the one? No, we've got 5 shows, I believe. One sort of warm-up show. I'm not going to be all the way in. We probably won't even peak. I'll probably just run flat into it. It's just so like you can have a show day. Not that doesn't mean anything, but that doesn't mean something important. So it'll be a smaller show, a quieter show, not a big one that's a qualifier for anything like that or anything like that. It's just so you can basically have a mock show day, but it is an actual show day. So you tan, going through the procedure, the backstage poses, being up on stage, just your presence, learning how hard you're going to hold your poses for, all things like that. So that's what we're looking to do. And then 4 or 5, I probably should know this, it's either 4 or 5. They're sort of pretty much consecutive then, weekends on the bounce. So
No, a full season, not just the one show. And I feel like, because I know I'm not going to be competing after this for a couple of years, obviously, because I'm the top of teens now, by the time when I want to come back, I want to be a pretty fucking good junior, then there's no point rushing in to compete anytime soon. Yeah, I have 3 years and I'm still a junior, so that's the sort of thinking there. You want to go out and enjoy yourself as much as you can now, you know, get as many shows under my belt as I can now, and then take some time off and do some growing, enhanced or not. We'll see. Is balance needed? This is a very, very good question. For most people, yes. I would definitely say that for most people, yes. Like, I coach majoritively Gen Pop, general population. Not everyone wants to be a bodybuilder. Not everyone wants to make it their whole life. Not everyone can make it their whole life. They don't have the ability to do that. So, yeah, for them, balance is perfect and it is needed because they'll just burn out straight away. So, for the majority of people, yes, it is important you have some balance. You have off-planned meals. You still go socialise, you know, all these things. It is important, especially for most people if you want sustainable progress as well. You know, you could go all in for 4 or 5 months and then you'll just bomb. You'll crash out if you're not balancing yourself. And by balance, I'm pretty sure he means like still, you know, going out drinking on a Saturday now and then, still going for food with your friends. Like, that's all doable and you can still see very, very good progress even while doing that. But on the other hand, if you want to be perfect and you want the most optimalist of results, you want to really, really excel competitively as well, then balance isn't really a thing. Yeah, you don't have balance. It's not balance. If you want to be very, very good, then you must make it your life. It has to be your life. There's no other way. If there is another way, well, no, if you go the other way, like if you try and find balance and still doing other things, not living that bodybuilder lifestyle, someone will beat you who does make it their life and who does do it day in, day out. You can still have balance, I feel, as a competitor. Like, but your balance is different. It's not going out and getting slammed on a Friday and Saturday. It's, you know, going on the beach, going for a walk, going to do these things, especially if you're dieting. You're not able to go out for food. You're not able to have anything which is calories, obviously. So you find other things. Like, it is easy to do. If you want to do it that much, you can. Like, I'm going for walks, going on the beach, just days out. You can do that. Prep your own meals. You know, it's not that big of a detriment to you. Like, as long as the person you're going with understands, like, your friends understand, your family, if they all understand, it does make it that bit easier. Because it's not like, oh, why have you got your own food for? It's like, they get it. So, yeah, I feel like that was a pretty good answer. So, in whole, for most people, yeah, it is needed. And there's no reason why it shouldn't happen for most people. But if you are a competitor, you're expecting top end results, then you can still have balance, but it's a different type of balance. Yeah, you're not going out and eating, you're not going out drinking, you're doing other things, but you're spending time with your family, but it's not detrimental to your progress. Next question, what is your why? Very, very good question. That's a hard one, really. It's like so many different things sort of amalgamate into one, don't they? The person who asked this will understand that as well. They're sort of in the same boat as me. So I started my why as in, I think he means competitive bodybuilding. Like, I don't really know. You just love it. Like, if you love it, you love it. And you just want to do it. Like, it's just one of them. It's really hard to explain to someone else why your desire is to put tan on, put glaze on, go in little tiny pants, fucking murder yourself for 16, 20 weeks and go on stage and get judged by other people's opinion. That's a really hard one to try and, like, purvey your point across. But if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, which a lot of people don't, then you just don't get it. But my biggest why is probably training. Like, I love training. I love training hard. I love being strong. Love getting strong. And then byproduct of that, you put muscle on, and then you want to sort of display your muscle. You want to display your progress. What you do in the gym directly reflects your physique and what you look like. So if you are putting everything into the gym, then you want to sort of not so much show it off, but you want to, that is your product that you've created, and no one can, you can't go and buy that. You can't go and spend 2 months doing that. That's years and years and years of doing the same shit every day. So you're proud of it. You want to display it. You want to show it off. Some people are in it for other reasons, like, but I feel like that's my way. Yeah. So if it's just like one of those things that people can't go and get. Yeah, anyone can go and get any designer bag. They can go get a new car. They can match you on everything like that. But you cannot go and buy a well-developed physique and it doesn't come easy either. Otherwise, everyone would do it. It's years and years of dedication, and I say years and years as if I'm 45 years old. But still, even for me, years and years of dedication, doing the same thing day in, day out, and it's hard. It is hard. Anyone that tells you it's easy, it's not. It's hard, and that's why a lot of people will just bomb it after 6 months. But yeah, that's my why. Next, what is your ultimate goal in the sport? That's a hard one. Obviously, leads back to the first question about going enhanced or not. Obviously, I would like to be. Let's go short term first. This season, I would like to be competitive. Yeah, I would like to be my absolute best, and really believe that's all anyone can ask for in bodybuilding. You cannot ever say, I'm going to win. You can't. It's impossible to say. Like, it's not like a rugby match or a football match in that respect. Like, a team can train way harder than the other team, and that 9 times out of 10 means that they're going to win. Yeah. But in bodybuilding, you can do the absolute most. You can bring your absolute best. Someone could come on stage next to you that just has a little bit better genetics than you. You might have done so much more than him, but he could be that bit prettier, he could just have more muscle than you. And he could have better genetics, and he could have nicer shape. And there's nothing you can do about that. That's nothing that you've done wrong. It's just that, okay, he was a little bit better. So you lost. You come second. Like, second place is still, I'd be very, very happy with that, of course, but you can never go out and say you're going to win. But my goal for this season would probably be just to be up there, definitely. And I feel like I can definitely be up there. And to be my absolute best that I can be. I don't want to look back. I say this to a couple of clients, like, I don't want to look back after, say, in theory, I get a second place. I don't want to look back and say, well, if I did X, Y, Z, then I might have been able to... No, I don't want none of that. Some people use that as a sort of crutch. They're sort of preempting failure. But if you just absolutely give it your all and you leave nothing in the tank and you couldn't do anything else more, then you have to be happy with the result you get, because that's how good you were. But longer term wise, we'll see. We'll see. I want to, compete as a team this year, obviously. Come back in 2.5 years time competitively and be a very, very good junior. A very, very good junior. Whether that's enhanced or not will be decided a touch later down the line, but I'll be a very good junior. And then that's the sort of next step then. So next question. If you set up your own gym, what are your 3 must-have, in capital letters, pieces? I'm going to go like a bit nerdy. I'm not just going to say, deadlift platform, bench press. I'm going to be like, what actual brands and stuff. So I love the Prime Extreme row. I prefer that over the just normal Prime seated row. So the Prime Extreme row, just because it's more versatile as well. So you can do a single arm lat row on that. You can put the seat down a touch and have some more mid back. You can do a Kelso shrug on it if you really want to. I've saw someone standing on the foot pad and doing a regular shrug with it. I know I wouldn't do that, but I have saw that in the past. So Prime Extreme row. I'm just going to go like push pull legs. So Prime Extreme row for pull. Pressing. You would just like to say a Smith machine because it's so versatile. So either a Cybex Smith machine, just because obviously that covers delt pressing and chest pressing. Or if I was just going to pick one chest machine, probably Strive Incline, maybe. Strive Incline. Yeah, probably a Strive Incline. I feel like I'm forgetting a nice one. Everyone loves like the Nautilus, well, gym shop or whatever it's called now, flat presses, but I've never really been a fan. So Strive Incline Press or Prime. Strive is Prime. And the pin loaded one as well. Not the plate loaded one, that's shit. And one for legs. it would probably be, just because right now I don't have any leg pressing in, apart from a single leg glute press, but it'd probably be a hack. I sort of prefer hacks over pendulum. Maybe a gym leg or hack, or a side back squat press from what I've used in the past. I don't currently have that in, but that's what I have used in the past. So yeah, that's 3. So we have the prime extreme row, side back Smith, or strive incline, and the gym leg or hack or the side back squat press. That's 5. You said 3, but pick 3 of those. What do you think is your own strengths and weaknesses? So I'd imagine you're talking about my physique. Weaknesses. Weaknesses first. No, strengths, well muscled through the posterior, all the way through really. That I really believe like that's just from deadlifting over years and years and years, like deadlifting since I was 13, 14, and decent numbers as well. Like I pulled 4 plates, I think, when I was 15, maybe 16. I want to say 15. So I really feel like that's a big one. Someone actually messaged me the other day. They replied to my story and they were like, tips for growing like your lower back and glutes. And I just said, just fucking hinge more. Just do it. It is hard. Like it's hard, very, very hard. Again, everything that's not hard, everyone does. So not many people do that because it is hard. But that is, I feel, the biggest factor really in growing your lower posterior chain. So posterior, quads are pretty good as well. They're good right now anyway. They might just fither away and be nothing by the time I compete, but quads are good right now. And I don't really hold much fat around my quads either, so they look more appealing right now. And beard. Beard's my last strength. I can't think of another one. But just proportionally, I'm pretty solid. Yeah, like I'm pretty balanced, top to bottom, front to back. Maybe not so much front to back as top to bottom, but top to bottom I am very, very balanced. Weaknesses from you, from like the end of your clavicle down. Everything down on my arm is shit. It's not as bad as it was, but it was shitter, and it is still pretty shit. But yeah, so arms, delts, just the things that you'd expect to have shit on a teen, a shit. But then there's other things like you'd expect a teen to have shit glutes, shit erectors, shit back, because they're not generically strong. Mine are pretty good, and quads. So yeah, just arms really. Like my Finn says, like my back and quads look like I'm a junior. I'm a pretty good junior, but then my arms say teen, and it's not okay. Even though I've hammered them throughout my off season, still it's not okay. So that's probably my major weakness really. But even though they're not that weak anymore, they're in proportion-ish to my front. It's just in the back shots they look a bit meh. What places would you be happy with this year? So I've sort of touched on this already. Placing wise, obviously you want to win. You want to win, but I would never be arrogant enough to say I am going to win. Especially because then someone will clip that, and then when I come third, they're gonna stitch that clip over the top of it. But yeah, my biggest thing is condition. Like I know I have muscle, I have enough muscle to compete as a team. So the biggest part is going to come in as conditioned as I possibly can and just do everything that I can. Like I said, it's going back to that point of I don't want to crutch when, say, if I come second or third, I don't want to crutch and I don't want the excuse to be able to say, oh, well, if I did this, I might have pipped him. No, I don't want that. So just doing the most, really. Doing the most, and then whatever place comes out of that. And then the same time round again next time. Obviously, I will be better, but I want to be a lot better. So, yeah, that's my placings that I'd be happy with. What is your current macros? I don't actually know off the top of my head. I'm sure I put them in the video earlier. It's around 2.8 on a training day and 2.3 on a rest day, maybe. Just had a decrease now on carbs, only 25 carb on a training day as of last week. I want to say it's 240 protein, 380 carb, 44 fat, if that equals 2.8. Somebody work that out on a training day. And then 220 protein, 290 carb, 60 fat. 220 carb, 60 fat on a rest day, that's it. I could get it up here, but I'm not going to. So yeah, nothing like, I'm not starving at all, by all means. I'm flat, yeah, of course, but you need to be flat in order to lose fat. So I believe that is the last question. Let me see if I missed one. Oh no, there's one more. In regards to business, why did you get into coaching? He's worded that really bad, to be fair, but I know what he means. He means like, why did you pursue coaching? Why did you want to do that? Like I've always trained hard, always trained pretty good, to be fair, even when I was a kid. I say when I was a kid, when I was like 13, 14, like I was always researching stuff. Like I like the science behind it, and the science does point to hard training, by the way. So that does correlate. I love the science behind it. Like I'm studying sports science in university right now. And like I love knowledge and I love knowing things. Like you just try and find things out if you don't know what they are. So coaching was like sort of, I want to portray that information onto other people that were where I was. Because obviously you still do some things wrong. Like when I was a kid, I was doing things wrong, but that's all part of the game. Like that's all part of the process. You do things wrong, then you learn, and then you do them a bit better, but you're still doing some wrong. Then you learn again, then the cycle continues. Like no one's ever perfect, but you try to be as perfect as you can be. But yeah, coaching wise, people will say, like some coaches will say, yeah, I just love helping people. Like, yeah, it's always cool when you get a message or something like that says, yeah, you've helped me so much. I feel so much more confident. That's great. That's perfect. But the biggest thing for me is just passing knowledge on, like using what I know in other people and seeing it work for them. That's when you sort of know whether it's like, yeah, I do actually know what I'm on about. I'm not actually waffling shit. I know what I'm talking about. So when you see that, that's really great. And I just always wanted that. I wanted my own brand, my own company, my own coaching company. You can even from that like pursue other avenues of business, of course. But yeah, right now we're just coaching, and yeah, we're busy, doing well. I'd like to think so, anyway. And yeah, there's new applicants almost weekly, which is great. Obviously, summer's coming up now, so everyone's flooding in. But yeah, it's just good to get those messages about how you've increased someone's confidence just off of using what you know to help them. Like that's so good. Like it's at no extra cost to you. You haven't had to go and pay for something and give it to them. It's what you already know. Like obviously you're still learning as a coach, but some people just don't even have the basics. So the basic stuff that you know and you think everyone knows, they actually done. So it's as simple as just explaining some things like that to someone. That will change them a lot. And especially like the mindset in some people as well. Being able to see a client like grow, not just like grow as in muscle, but grow mentally, like become more aware of things, or just have more confidence and have that itch to go and train. Not just like, oh, I done this today. I don't really feel like going to the gym tomorrow. But, to see that someone like that change into someone like, oh, yeah, I worked late tonight. I couldn't go to the gym. I'm gutted. I'm going to do 2 sessions tomorrow. It's like, no, chill out. You don't need to do that. But it's good. It's good that you think like that. So, yeah, that's where that came from. But that is all of the questions. So I feel like this is the end of the video now. I'll put my cardio in before this. So yeah, this will be the end. So thank you for watching episode 4 of rookie season. Like I said at the start, bodybuilders don't really do much on the rest day. You just work and you do steps and you do cardio and you eat a little bit less than usual. But yeah, it's good to have that insight, I believe, into rest days too. And there is actually rest days as well. Like you're not just going to train, even if you feel like it. You do need rest days. I'll reissue that point again. So yeah, that is the video. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.